also unite the people of the 54 African nations. But I can't be asked the same question. I've got 54 nations in Africa. I've got 54 member associations. I've got competitions to run, and world-class competitions. CAF has to develop football, make African football world-class. And we've got the biggest competition in the world, the FIFA World Cup that's taking place in a few months. So I'm clear in my mind, those issues about the final of the Total Energies CAF AFCON Morocco are behind us. And you can even say that they are on the side, because some people say, if I say they're behind us, they're not really behind us because the judgment is coming. That's fine. They're on the side. But I bring a positive message. And that positive message, as I closed the press conference yesterday, was to say, the message I gave to the people of Morocco is the identical message I'm giving today to the people, the message I gave yesterday to the people of Senegal is an identical message I give to the people of Morocco. And I'm very optimistic and confident. The meetings were positive, absolutely positive. And let me tell you what the message is that I bring today to the people of Senegal, and I start giving the message to my brother Fauzi as president of the Royal Moroccan Football Federation, and to the leadership of the Royal Moroccan Football Federation, and to say to them and to the government of Morocco and to His Majesty King Mohammed VI, may God assist him, and to the people of Morocco, to say that I am personally deeply committed, and CAF is deeply committed, and I talk on behalf of the 54 nations whose member associations are part of CAF. I talk on behalf of the member associations who represent 54 African nations. And the message is, as I said, we are deeply committed to work together. We are deeply committed to make sure that we develop and grow football in Morocco and on the African continent. And also to say, we have deep love for the people of Morocco, for the government of Morocco, and for the Football Federation. Now, so it's very clear in my mind that we have made significant progress. And let me tell you something else. I went to Gorée Island yesterday as well, and I gave an explanation that by coincidence, President Mandela, when he came back, I wasn't aware, but he had been to Gorée Island, and he asked to see me, and basically he thought he wanted to thank me for the work that the Family Foundation was doing, for the duty we have to help and to assist, and we were giving tractors and fertilizer and seeds to the poor rural areas and to areas where our traditional leaders and our kings are. And he said, I just wanted to thank you, but he also said, I've come back from Gorée Island. I had a very emotional visit to Gorée Island, and I know you are very busy, but when you find time and go to Senegal and go to travels in Africa, please find time and go to Gorée Island and just go and see and experience the history of the continent. Why it was important for me to go now, because I'd been there earlier and on both occasions I could not go. It was important because there were some statements that were made that were enormously hurtful, and of course, my duty is to keep people united, but there were some statements that were made about the AFCON final in Morocco and discussions about slavery. and enormously, not just enormously inappropriate, but enormously painful, because all of us on the continent have a huge duty to work together and to keep our people united. And we know our history. Our history over the years had lots of challenges. And this is one of the things I was discussing with the people in Senegal, to discuss and say that we should really avoid all of these inflammatory statements. It's not good, but it doesn't help anybody. It's not good for anybody. But again, let me step aside from that and focus on the positive. So I went to Gorée Island because it was the right thing to do on my side. And as I said, it was an obligation I had. And it's part of the history of what was of the continent. And we are confident that we are now building together. We've got painful histories, all of us. I grew up in a country where there was discrimination based on the color of my skin. But I look beyond that, and we build. So I want to go back to going back to football. So very good meeting, and very positive statement from the Senegalese government and the people, the football leadership. And I had a wonderful meeting this morning with my brother Fauzi and some of our leaders in Morocco. The same deep commitment. So when I arrived here this morning, I told the media that we should now focus on our national team. And this is the message I'm going to take to every one of those 10 nations that will be representing us in America and in Mexico and in Canada for the World Cup. We have to, and I'm in Morocco, so I'll say this, we've got to support Hakimi, we've got to support Brahim, we've got to support our national team. They've made us proud in Qatar. They made the people of Morocco proud. They made the people of Africa very proud. And we support them and encourage them and say, we know that you will do well, and we know that you will do us proud in America and in Canada and in Mexico. Same message I gave yesterday in Senegal, to say to the people of Senegal, support Sadio Mane, support Koulibaly, support the national team. They'll be representing the people of Senegal, they'll be representing the people of Africa. And it's the same message I'm taking to the other 8 nations and the other 8 national teams. So I'm clear in my mind. Are there issues which are problematic and which are negative? Yes, there are. But I'm confident that whatever the decision of CAS will say, we will respect it and we will implement it. But we have to rise above those issues. I remember I was watching some of the games where Senegal was playing in the AFCON, not with Morocco. Senegal playing other nations in Morocco. And I was commenting, I said, but why are there so many people? I was very happy. How is it that there are so many people from Senegal who are here watching the national team? And this is something we should learn for all of the other national teams. And they say, no, President, these people live, these Senegalese people live in Morocco. And I'm told there's about 250,000 Senegalese people living in Morocco. So and then they explained to me, there's a very long history, a proud history between the people of Senegal and the people of Morocco. And we are never going to allow football to divide us. It's never going to happen. We are never going to allow football to separate and divide our people. There are problems, there are challenges. We'll overcome them. we will use football to unite our people, to build on this history between the people of Senegal and the people of Morocco. And I'm confident we, African football, we will come out of this problem and the challenges we had. And as I said, my extreme disappointment, I may not comment on what happened at the final, because I have a duty and an obligation, a legal obligation and a fiduciary obligation. When a matter is before a judicial body, which is CAS, I may not comment. But we've already started, we've identified some regulations which, even though the CAF regulations and the AFCON regulations are based on the FIFA regulations and the football rules which apply all over the world, what I have learned and what we have learned from the final is that some of those laws have to be significantly improved. One of the issues that has worried me is that if there's a serious violation of a serious regulation, the consequences of which fundamentally undermine the integrity, the credibility, the respect for football, we have to change our regulations to make sure that there's a concomitant and an appropriate sanction. This is very, very important. And let me also say this. One of the things that has always worried me from the day I became president, it's an old matter. There's been a lot of suspicion and distrust in many of our referees. It's an old matter. We've done a lot of good work. We did excellent work. I mean, my brother Fauzi was discussing with me this morning something that we discussed quite some time ago. We started an excellent partnership with FIFA to professionalize African referees. And it improved their skills and expertise and made them world class. And Gianni Infantino played an important role from FIFA, and we did it from CAF. And that process was stopped. And I didn't know about it. And I asked Gianni, why was this thing stopped? He says, I didn't even know myself it was stopped. But this is one of the issues that the chairman of the referees committee raised when he came to give us a report, because the CAF Exco asked him to give us a report. Give us a report of the assessment of the performance of the referee and the VAR on the day of the final match of the Total Energies, the CAF AFCON Morocco 2025. So I was saying to Fauzi this morning, there are times when, let me give you an example. When we sit together, we're at a stadium, and Morocco is playing. And the referees take decisions, and they blow the whistle. Now, you must understand, we are all human beings. I may be the president of CAF, but we are all football spectators. We love football. And I see sometimes the referee takes a decision. Fauzi says, oh my God, what does the rule say? I mean, this is not what the rules say. This is not what the regulations say. But he's got to sit down and keep quiet and watch what the referee is doing. So, all of us, we are football lovers. We often at times, and referees are human, they make mistakes. And sometimes VAR, I always make this example. There's a football club called Mamelodi Sundowns that the family owns. They play against another football club in the Champions League called Yanga. And Yanga scores a goal, and I'm watching the match, and I said, that's a goal. And the referee come and the VAR says it's not a goal. I said, oh my God. Because it's not just a decision, but they justify it. They say, no. Here is the line, I could see it. And the ball did not cross the line. But for an ordinary football player, it looks like it has crossed the line. So I'm just saying that we should not be excessively judgmental and excessively condemning. We will keep improving the referees, and we will pay them well, and we've already started going back to that old system of professionalizing them. But we should discourage the consistent condemnation of the decision of our referees. There are times when they'll get it wrong, and there are times when they'll get it wrong. But my job and our job is to pull them up and to make sure that that ordinary football supporters and spectators on the continent, the 1.6 billion people in Africa and worldwide, they respect African referees and VAR operators, and our referees and operators have the credibility that we know they deserve, and we'll make good progress. One final issue: judicial bodies. If you look at, there are decisions that are going to be made by our disciplinary board and by our appeal board. Our job is to make sure that we continue the process of appointing the most respected, the most experienced judges and lawyers, and let them take those decisions. I'm told in the past the CAF president would say, these are the judges that should be on the disciplinary board or appeal board, or these are the referees that should be considered. Those days are over. The EXCO and the 51 member associations, all of the judges were appointed based on the names we got, the names we received from our member associations, the 54 member associations, as well as the CAF zones. So I want to conclude by saying we've got challenges. We are overcoming those challenges. We will deal with those challenges. We'll wait for the judgment of CAS. Whatever that decision is, we will respect it. We will implement it. The AFCON we had in Morocco, the most successful, by all standards. Despite the challenges we had and the moments of, as I said, extreme disappointment on my side at the final, but the security, the logistics, the transport, the hotels, the football pitches, the hospitals, and you know what? What made me proud? The warmth, the hospitality, the love of the people of Morocco. All of the people, many of the people who came, they said, wow, you know, this has been, the people of Morocco embraced us with so much love, and it has created a lasting perception in their mind. And we say, but this is what we always experience when we come here. So I just want to thank Fauzi once more for the work he's doing as my first vice president, and the work he's been helping me in various other capacities within CAF. And I want to thank the Royal Maroc Football Federation and its leadership. I want to thank the government. I want to thank His Majesty King Mohammed VI. May God assist him. I want to thank the people of Morocco. And we will, in life there'll always be challenges, and we will overcome them. As I said, corruption, non-negotiable. We will never tolerate corruption from anybody, from anywhere. We will take appropriate action, because it is important. It is important. It's a legacy. When I'm gone and I'm not president of CAF anymore, all of us want to say that we really, transparency, ethics, governance, and zero tolerance of corruption. has been a hallmark. It's a legacy for the people who take over after us. And we've made good progress, enormous progress. And part of that progress is recognized by our sponsors. We've made the financial position of CAF is stronger than ever before because of my vice presidents and because of the 54 member associations. And we must focus on the positive now. And the positive is we are going to the World Cup. Let's support. And I'm in Morocco today. Let all of us, every one of our brothers and sisters in this country, encourage the national team and also the good leadership that Fauzi is providing to say, we are with you. And I know that when I say we wish Morocco everything of the best, they will make us proud. And that message is for the whole 10 nations that are going to America and that are going to Mexico and Canada. I know I speak on behalf of the 1.6 billion people on the African continent and on behalf of the 54 member association. So thank you once more. Of course, I'll take your questions, but just one other quick issue. There was discussion about the people who were arrested at the final in the media yesterday, and we've had discussions with the president and with the football leadership, and I discuss it as well with my brother Fauzi and government representatives here. We as CAF respect the sovereignty, the judicial and legal sovereignty of every single one of our 54 nations on the African continent. We respect that enormously. And of course, what happened took place in the field of play, and that's why we have a duty to engage. But I'm confident because the advice I was given was the proper thing is for the discussions to take place between the governments of Morocco and the governments of Senegal. And we are respectful of those processes because those are issues that raise to sovereignty of those nations. But just as I said, my eyes now on the FIFA World Cup, and remember last time we went to the semi-final? There's a beautiful word, inshallah, inshallah. I want that also. I keep telling my Christian brothers and sisters, inshallah, inshallah. We are optimistic and confident that Morocco is going to go from the semi-final to the final, inshallah, inshallah. And when I said this yesterday in Senegal, they said, President, can you imagine 2 African countries in the final? I said, oh, inshallah, inshallah, 2 African countries. Allah, please pray. But that's the same message, as I said, I give to every one of the 10 nations. And we have to believe in our people. We have to believe in our football players. We've got to believe in our leadership in football. We've got to believe in our continent and our people. We've got great people. And there'll be challenges. We'll reconcile. We'll come out of the challenges of the AFCON more united and stronger than ever before. I think I can go now. Merci beaucoup. I can go and
Merci, President. Just a few questions.
So we'll allow you to take questions. I'm not sure whether you want to say something, Fauzi. Okay, merci. Okay, we'll answer the question.
Sadier, that's fine. And then afterwards, go behind you. I'll come to your side in a bit.
Oh, you've checked this one. Okay. Yeah, I know there'll be quick questions. I'll give quick answers, and we all go home. But it's fine.
Oui, mon frère. Continue.
السلام عليكم. إدريس البحني هبة بريس. دكتور موتسيبي، قلت بأنها أفضل نسخة لكأس إفريقيا التي نظمت بالمغرب. ماذا فعلت الكاف لتحيين قوانينها لتفادي مثل الأحداث التي حدثت في النهائي لكي لا تتكرر في المسابقات المقبلة التي تنظم تحت لواء الاتحاد الإفريقي؟
Very good question. Very, very good question. We've already implemented some of the changes and resolutions to make sure that what happened on the final day doesn't happen again. And, you know, it's interesting, when lawyers say to you, experienced lawyers, that's some of those things were not foreseen by the rules. These are lawyers who act for FIFA at the highest level. So we learn, and we've identified that, you know, there are certain things we could have done differently and could have done better. We already did a lot of good work, and those changes, some of those changes will have to go to the Ordinary General Assembly, where all the 54 nations are present, but others we are implementing through EXCO. So thank you for that. And we are making, as it is, huge progress, and African football will even be much better and much stronger.
Oui, madame.
On m'entend?
Le français.
Yes.
C'est bon.
You can ask in Arabic as well, eh?
I will ask in English.
Okay. Oh, in English then.
Hello everyone, my name is Magda Santani for Le 360. So my question goes to Mr. Moutsepe. The CAF Appeal Board's decision of March 17, which crowned Morocco champion, it remains to this day the latest official ruling, with CAS being an independent body. So therefore, as things stand right now, Morocco is the AFCON champion, right? So Mr. Moutsepe, my question is, why did you not speak out clearly to reaffirm the identity of the champion, nor react to Senegal's celebration, which challenged directly your authority by brandishing a trophy that is not theirs anymore? And also, please, during AFCON, Morocco faced a lot of criticism and allegations and accusation of favoritism, which once again tarnishes the CAF's image and the host nation image. So why did you not speak at this moment? Thank you.
A very good question. Very good question. We've made we've made statements, but you must also be careful. When people make all sorts of allegations which are false and unfounded, and you make a statement to correct that, but those false and unfounded allegations continue. That's what I'm saying. I'm sick and tired. I'm not going to keep wasting my time to continue responding to false and unfounded allegations and accusations. We're just repeated all the time. The second issue is that in accordance with the regulations, I have to wait. I have to wait until we take legal advice. We have to, because we have a duty to protect the integrity and the reputation of the 54 nations on the African continent and CAF itself. But in accordance with the legal advice, we have to now respect the decision that comes out of CAS, and the guidance was we should not be making any statements. And I've had 2 press conferences, big press conferences like this, and we've said many things, but I respect the independence of the media. You must make whatever comments and make whatever criticisms you deem appropriate. My job is to make sure that at all times we are acting legally, we're acting ethically, we're acting in compliance with the CAF and FIFA statutes and regulations, and we maintain the integrity and respect of CAF and of African football.
Merci, President. Say.
Hello, Mr. Bاتريس, in English.
Oh, okay, thank you.
In English.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Brian Haddad, I'm Sport. Mr. Bاتريس, after a great competition...
You are from where?
Moroccan journalist.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
I know you are, but I'm just for the benefit of everybody,
Yeah.
because usually you say, I'm John, I'm from BBC in Europe, that's fine, or I'm from China. Anyway, good to see you.
After a great competition, some countries used the final of the AFCON to ruin Morocco's image. What do you think about them, and how is your relationship with Morocco right now? Thank you.
Very good question, very, very good question. And the lady asked an important question. Now, you've got to be careful, because in accordance with the legal and ethical requirements and fiduciary requirements, there are certain issues which I can't express an opinion on a matter that's before a judicial body. That's a legal requirement worldwide. But we are not naive. We are not naive. I mean, we live in a world where there's a lot of there's historical matters, there's issues that happens at any given time, and there are political issues, and some of the issues extend beyond politics, and we are very clear that we have to make sure that we keep everybody focused on football, because some of the accusations that have been made, and I'm not going to go into those at all, because I'm not even going to dignify them with a response. I'm very clear in my mind that I'm proud of what has happened in Morocco. I'm proud of the AFCON. I'm disappointed with what happened at the final. That's behind me now. That's behind CAF. And we will continue. I was very proud when this morning my brother Fauzi reaffirmed the historical contributions that Morocco has made for the development of football on the continent. And, when you are genuine in your assistance and your cooperation, and you really want to build ties with the other countries on the continent, our people can see it and they can feel it. And I'm confident my job is to keep everybody united. Let me give you an example. I'd rather not mention names of countries. There are certain countries on the continent where there are big problems, historical problems. And it makes me proud when I see that despite the deep political problems between those countries, their leadership in CAF hug each other, work together, and that's beautiful, because that's what we want for our children and for the continent. And this is why I'm saying I'm thankful to His Majesty King Mohammed VI. May God assist him. I'm thankful to the people of Morocco. I'm very proud of my brother Fauzi, and we will succeed, because whenever we do what is right and what is good for our continent and for our people, for the long term, our people recognize it. And there'll be problems, and there'll be arguments, there'll be fights. We'll reconcile and we'll move on. So thank you for that good question.
Okay, we go to the top, the President.
Good evening, President. Ahmed Talal from 7 TV Moroccan Media. Welcome back to the Moroccan Kingdom. My question is concerning it's far away from the final, by the way. It's concerning the AFCON, women's AFCON.
Oh, sorry. I'm listening to the French translation. Sorry, start again.
So I said welcome back to the Moroccan Kingdom. My question will be far away from the AFCON final. It will be about the women's AFCON that the Moroccan Kingdom will be hosting in July 2026. We know that Morocco has done many improvements in terms of the football women's national team and the African women's soccer in general. So what do you think, or what are the improvements that other African countries have done, especially the countries that criticize the Moroccan Federation? Thank you.
Again, I want to focus on the positive, on the good. There's so much that's positive and that's good and that we should be proud of. And you know, I'm always very happy when I go in the continent and I'm told that Morocco has helped us before I became president. Beautiful. And to build, to contribute towards the development of football, and the women's competition is going to be enormously successful. Part of the problem I have, when I've got the 54 member association presidents, I tell them what I'm saying to you because it's an important point. There are times when I'm hosting the women's competition, I say, or futsal, or beach soccer, or under 17, and I say I'm putting out a bid. Anybody who wants to host it, because I want these competitions to be hosted in all zones. That's why I'm taking that's why I was very clear the next AFCON is going to East Africa. Despite all the challenges, there were challenges with the Chan. We overcame those challenges. We've overcome them. And I'll be going to Kenya in a few weeks' time to keep on encouraging them, because I'm very proud of the commitment of President Ruto and very proud of the commitment I've received from Madame Samia and President Museveni. It's going to be enormously successful. But going back to the WAFCON, the women's competition, just the observation that sometimes nobody says, President, we will host it, because they lose money. It costs a lot of money. And then I have to say, okay, fine, let's try again, because my job is to the 54 nations, 54 countries, 54 member associations, and still there's nobody. And then Fauzi comes and says, we will help. We lose money, but we will help. And I'm encouraging that there are more. We want more nations on the African continent to do that. But as I said, I'm grateful, because we've got to move on, and we're making progress, and we are becoming better, and the WAFCON is going to be enormously successful. So we have to believe in ourselves. We've got to believe in our people and our continent, and we've got to believe in the togetherness, in the unity, and the cooperation of all of us. And whatever challenges we may have, whether it's political or historical, work together to overcome them. And I'm confident we are succeeding, and we will continue to succeed.
We go to you at the back.
محمد سميد راديو مارس. محمد سميد راديو مارس. ما رأيكم سيد رئيس في استجابات
Sorry, where is he?
محمد.
Oh, sorry.
ما هو رأيكم سيد الرئيس في الاستفزازات المتكررة للاتحاد السنغالي لكرة القدم، سواء في الرباط خلال كأس الإفريقية أو في ملعب ستاد دو فرانس أو في دكار، واللي كان آخرها تقديم قميص المنتخب السنغالي بنجمتين كهدية لكم أمس؟
Well, let me repeat what was in the meeting I had with my brother Fauzi and with some of our leadership here. I'm proud that the government of Morocco and the Football Federation of Morocco has not responded to some of the issues which were perceived to be inappropriate, and no matter where they come from, and that's why what I'm emphasizing is I had a good meeting yesterday, and the good meeting is the positivity that came out of that meeting and the commitment. But you must also understand, forget about what happened over the last few days. We have got certain regulations as CAF that we will enforce, that we will implement, that requires respect for the regulations, the statutes of CAF, that requires that nobody brings CAF into disrepute. These are normal regulations and rules and legal requirements worldwide. And I can absolutely assure you that I have a duty to protect the 54 nations that are part of CAF. And if there's any violation of our rules and regulations, we will implement it. Having said that, I also want to emphasize that, you know what happens when you've got these sort of instances? The sort of problems, challenges we have now, is that sometimes you find people who want to instigate it, who wants to use it for populist objectives, who wants to make a big fight out of it. And occupying the moral high ground and at times not responding to allegations which are frivolous and maintaining a sense of commitment to unity. And what encourages me is so many of the 54 member association presidents phone me, President, thank you so much. Don't respond to that nonsense. Please, keep us together, keep us united. The thing that I don't like, and I'm saying it jokingly, is some heads of state who've phoned me and said, we feel sorry for you because we saw you at the final of the AFCON in Morocco. You look so worried and you look so sad. But we thank Allah that those problems happen whilst you are president because we know you'll resolve them. I said, please, I pray to Allah and say, please don't let them happen whilst I'm there. You know, I'm not saying they should happen whilst I'm gone. Don't let them happen. And we've got enough problems in Africa. But the point I'm making is that there's so much optimism. There's so much positivity. There's so much commitment to unity and working together. Overwhelming. And I repeat by saying, I left Senegal yesterday with a positive experience. And I'm leaving Morocco today with an equally positive experience. Tomorrow I'm in Zimbabwe to hand over the trophy to the under-15 African Schools Championship. Enormous success by all our young people on the continent. And we've got a lot to be proud of. Are there problems? Are there weaknesses? Have there been failures? Yes. But overwhelmingly, we are making progress, and we will continue to build on that.
Mr. President, we take your question in the middle, and then I come back to you. I promise you, Ari, I'll come to you in a minute.
Mr. President, Amin Arad from the newspaper Le Matin. Here.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm going to continue in the same sense of my colleague here about the provocation of the Senegalese side. But legally speaking, the Senegalese official made a statement about CAF, and to make the matters worse, even the states delivered as a statement about CAF, accusing CAF of corruption, and also accusing Morocco of manipulating the CAF. Are you going to take some disciplinary action against those persons? And the second thing, what about the AFCON 2028? Did you find a host for the competition? Thank you.
Yeah, very good question. Now, you would have seen in the media, you're right. So you will have seen, because he was with me yesterday, and he was just reminding me that there are certain things that were said in confidence in terms of the commitment to work together, which is good. But you will have seen from the media, they showed it to me this morning. I said, if anybody wants to initiate legal action alleging that there's corruption in CAF, I don't only welcome that, I encourage them. I encourage them to go and go to court and go to wherever they want to go. And the people say, I said there's nothing to hide. I'm not really, it's okay, they can say what. I mean, the journalists can make their own interpretation, but I'm very clear in my mind. If anybody or any government or any individual has any perception or there's an allegation of corruption and you want to go to court, please go ahead. As I said, I don't just welcome it, I encourage you to do that. If there's anything you're aware of that I'm not aware of, tell me. And we always conduct investigations. We've done that. Lengthy investigations with independent judges, independent people with integrity, because it's also, it exposes us to what these allegations entail. But I know that some of the allegations are absolutely unfounded. But just my answer is very simple. If there's anything you want to bring to our attention, bring it to our attention. We've got our own processes that are looking out all the time. And I've also realized one of the things that was raised in Senegal raised a different matter where they said they communicated with the Secretariat of CAF, and the Secretariat of CAF did not respond. Now that's unacceptable. That's disrespectful. You know, they raised issues, whatever those issues are. We have a duty. The Secretariat has a duty. If anybody communicates with us, they have to come back to you immediately, even if they just say, thank you very much, we acknowledge receipt of your email, we'll come back to you. So for me, that's it's one of those ongoing areas where just simple communication within CAF, nothing to do with Morocco, nothing to do with some of the other issues that we discussed, but just as a matter of practice, just be polite and respectful. If anybody communicates on our side, we should communicate and do so. So, I've answered the question.
Thank you, President.
مساء الخير للجميع. مرحبا بريزيدون أحمد البحساني موقع الدار. السيد الرئيس مرحبا بك ومع احتراماتي لك كشخص الرئيس وكذلك الجهاز الكاف. عدد من الدول الإفريقية والرأي العام العالمي أصبح الآن يشعر بواحد فقدان الثقة في عدد من قرارات مؤسسة الكاف. هناك لخبطة في البرمجة، هناك برمجة غير متواترة، هناك أحداث لا رياضية تقع، أخطاء تحكيمية، هناك مجموعة من الأمور التي تسيء لكرة القدم المغربية. حتى المغرب لم يسلم من هذه الأمور، حتى ممثل المملكة المغربية السي فوزي القجع الذي هو عضو في المكتب التنفيذي وفي الفيفا دائما ما يتعرض لهجومات من طرف بعض أعضاء الكاف وكذلك من طرف بعض الموظفين التعبير، لكن داخل الكاف لم نرى يوما قرارات حازمة. نسمع منكم فقط الخطابات ولم نرى أي قرار يشفي الغليل من أجل ربما وضع حد لهذه الأمور التي تسيء لكرة القدم الإفريقية. اليوم يمكننا القول أن المغرب يدفع ثمن يعني المبادرات ديالو من أجل تحسين صورة كرة القدم الإفريقية. لذلك سؤالي سيكون كالتالي السيد الرئيس: هل أنتم واعون بمدى خطورة هذا الأمر الذي يتعلق بالصورة العامة لكرة القدم الإفريقية؟ وما هي الإجراءات الملموسة؟ أنا نتحدث عن إجراءات وليس خطابات وكلام فقط، إجراءات ملموسة ننتظرها من الكاف من أجل إعادة الثقة لهذا الجهاز أمام الرأي العام العالمي والإفريقي بالخصوص. شكرا لكم.
A very good question, but I'm never going to make promises that I cannot keep. Neither am I going to make undertakings which cannot be fulfilled overnight or in the short term. The facts are there's good progress, and that has been made concerning governance, concerning transparency, concerning the quality of refereeing, improvements. We've lost a bit of that, and I think partly is because of this professionalism partnership we had, which was terminated without, or in fact, which was not continued. Gianni Infantino didn't know about that, neither did I. So it is important that when there are deficiencies and difficulties, that we recognize them. But you need to do more than that. You take effective corrective measures. And what makes me happy is that some of the effective corrective measures we've taken is reflected and recognized by our partners. When I became president, we owed $100 million. We now have a positive $150 million that we give $150 million, and we have increased the prize money, and partly also thank you to Morocco, and thank you to the chairman of my finance committee. So we don't live in heaven or in some kind of idealistic world. We live on planet Earth. There will be problems and there will be failures, and we have to confront them, and we've got to solve them, and we've got to move on. And what is more important is our people are not stupid. They can see it when I stand up and I say, yes, our referees are fair and impartial. And they look at the match and they say, oh, no, the president says one thing, what we see is something else. I say the CAF judicial bodies are as good as the best in the world. And the decisions that are taken doesn't inspire confidence. So we've got a clear understanding of the consistency of progress and confidence and integrity that's required. But I'm going to say again what I said yesterday in Senegal. We've got to stop this excessive negativity. Stop it. Where we consistently believe that Africa fails. Look at those Africans again. Look at what happened in Morocco. Look at what happened at the final. It only happens in Africa. That's nonsense. We're embarrassed. And we take action, extensive action, to say that will never happen again. And maybe 2 years from now, whenever I'm not president of CAF, there'll be another problem. But we will make sure that there are legal instruments and laws and regulations in place to deal effectively with those issues. So we must stop this sense of persistent failure, of powerlessness, of lack of confidence, lack of self-belief. This AFCON was a world-class AFCON, world-class by all standards, world-class stadiums, world-class pitches, world-class transport. And we've recognized the challenges we had at the final, but as I said, we'll come out of that stronger and more united than ever before. I will protect every single one of the countries in Africa. It's my duty. I'm not running a popularity campaign here. I've got a duty that's based on the truth, that's based on the facts, and also that recognizes that it is important what people think of CAF. And even when there's falsehood and negative information, that information has an impact on their assessment, and we must just keep, standing up, and if we fall, stand up and keep building and keep building and keep building. We've got a lot to be proud of.
I'll take the last two questions or so, Mr. President.
Did you give some ladies chances again?
Yes, I did, President.
Okay.
I'm just waiting. I'll go this side to you, and then I'll come back this way. I promise you. I'm free.
There's some people he doesn't like and the others he likes. I don't know how he does.
He actually is my friend, President. Go to you.
Monsieur Moutsepe, bonsoir. Idriss Amouri de Squad.
Where is, oh yeah, thank you.
Monsieur Moutsepe, selon vous, si le TAS confirme la décision de la commission d'appel de la CAF, est-ce qu'on va vraiment protéger le football africain de ce type, bien contre ce type de retrait de match?
Very good question. And sometimes the young people ask the most important questions. A part of what we have to do is to make sure that the changes that we are making to our statutes, to our regulations, to our rules, and also make sure that, and I'm not sure whether this is in the public domain or not, but for us as CAF, and what I say, what I'm not sure it's in the public domain is IFAB. Yeah, it's not yet. What IFAB is doing is not yet in the public domain. But part of what they are looking at is also to say, what do they learn from what happened? Because when you've got experienced lawyers say, Patrice, the rules were not meant to deal with these sort of situations. I mean, we sometimes get these awkward problems that other people don't get. But very good question. We have already started changing our regulations and our rules to make sure that what happened never happens again. But we've got to maintain a respect and credibility. You earn it. And when you've got things that people don't approve of, you lose it. So we've got to keep earning that and maintain that.
Okay, we come to you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. President. I'm Amos Tosi, Moroccan journalist in English. I'm Amos Tosi, Moroccan journalist. شفتها. So, following CAF's decision to award the cup to Morocco and as CAF president, will you support Morocco in the CAF to confirm the legitimacy of your ruling? Thank you.
You must take it slowly. Start again. Following.
So, following CAF's decision to award the cup to Morocco, and as CAF president, will you support Morocco in the CAF to confirm the legitimacy of your ruling?
Yeah.
To confirm the decision of the CAF.
No, I'm clear in my mind. Whatever decision CAF takes, I'm going to implement it. And we gave Senegal 10 million, and it's complicated. But I will deal with those issues. When I say it's complicated, is we had to comply with what the requirements were at the time, and one of the people said jokingly to me, "Oh, we've spent the 10 million. We don't know why we spent it." I said, "No, don't worry. It's okay. What's okay is that we will comply and make sure that my job is to protect the 54 nations, the 54 member associations. We will do the right thing, and my duty is to protect everyone. And after the CAS, after the decision, we'll be able to talk more openly, because then we will be talking about not just what the decision states, but also the prohibition against me and CAF speaking will have been lifted, because it can't go higher than that. And I've looked at everything, including what the worst case scenario looks like, and I'm confident African football will be fine. Will be more than fine. We will continue growing and continue succeeding. Let's make him the last one, because he's been anxiously trying.
We'll go to him, and then him, President, is additional. Okay. Literally the last two questions because of time. I understand.
اوكي
One question, eh? One question, s'il vous plaît.
مراد الزلاجي موقع لو سات تي في. سؤالي طبعا سيكون باللغه العربيه. يدرس الاتحاد الافريقي داخل الوقائع احتمال سحب تنظيم كان 27 من كل من تنزانيا اوغندا وكينيا بسبب التاخر ان لم نقل التعثر الكبير على مستوى البنيات التحتيه. سؤالي على الشكل التالي: هل ستحظى هذه الدول من تنظيم او هذا الملف الثلاثي سيحظى بتنظيم هذا العرس القاري الكبير؟ شكرا.
You see, Morocco has raised the standard, eh? It has raised the standard, and I'm not just happy, I'm proud of that. So the next AFCON, you have a high standard to come up to and to maintain. And that's why I took the EXCO to Tanzania after the AFCON to say to them, I have confidence in you. And we're going to work together. And because I need to develop football in East Africa. I need to develop football throughout the continent, in every single one of the zones in Africa, in every single one of the 54 nations in Africa. And so I'll be going there, I'll be going to Kenya. There's a meeting of heads of state, and I wasn't going to go there because there was a conflict on that date. But when some of the heads of state asked me to be there, I had no choice but to rearrange and be in Kenya on the 12th May. And I'm going to use that visit to look at the infrastructure. There's a team from CAF that is based in East Africa. Because, you know, in life, you reap what you sow. You work very hard, you succeed. You are paranoid and obsessed with success, you increase the chances of success. And so we are very clear about the very high standards we set for ourselves. So I'm clear in my mind. We're gonna succeed there, in Tanzania, in Kenya, and Uganda.
President, I have no more additional time.
Yeah.
So this will be the last question, if you don't mind.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, President Amir.
Thank you.
My question is...
He's the coach.
No, I'm sorry.
The coach to me. Listen, I need that coach too. I love Walid. I love all of them. But, you know, right now we need... We must support. We must support Hakimi, support Brahim, support all of them. Anyway, continue. So the coach is better. I don't come anywhere near the coach.
السلام عليكم. محمد فنقار هايس بريس. سأسأل سؤال باللغة العربية. هناك بعض التقارير يعني تؤكد أن رئيس لجنة التحكيم أوليفييه سفاري تحدث أنه منع الحكم من إعطاء بطاقة صفراء في النهائي. هل سيكون يعني للكاف ردة فعل بمعاقبة أوليفييه سفاري بإيقافه أم لا؟ شكرا.
General Secretary, why don't you jump into the fire?
Thank you very
much. You
much.
had a question, right?
Yes, I had a question. If I correct, your question is asking if CAF is going to suspend or if CAF is going to take a decision concerning Mr. Olivier Safari. As the President has said, concerning the situation, CAF is following the process entirely until it's done. Until then, CAF is only going to concentrate on making sure that we go through the process all the way to the end, and there is nothing whatsoever about taking a decision concerning any of the issues that you mentioned right now. Thank you.
Ask him a question.
You'll take the last question, the very, very last question. You get the President's grace.
The President grace extends twice. It extends there as well.
You'll get me in trouble, President, in the middle.
شكرا. معك علي بالعياشي. معك علي بالعياشي صحفي مهني بإذاعة راديو بلوس ماروك. من خلال الحديث ديالكم والكلمة ديالكم تحدثتم عن واحد النقطة، أن قلتم بأنه من واجبي القانوني ومن واجبي التنظيمي أن لا أتحدث عن القرارات، ولكن لاحظت أنه خلال يوم 24 مارس سنة 2026 بالرغم من أن الآن ملف بيد الطاس، أن أوغسطين سانغور اللي هو عضو اللجنة التنفيذية في تصريحات ببرنامج مواهب إفريقيا على قناة كانال بلس أفريك اللي دامت تقريبا 23 دقيقة، قال إذا كان الكاف يرى أن الوضع خطير لأنها مباراة نهائية وتضررت صورة كرة القدم الإفريقية فأنا أتفهم ذلك، لكننا لا نستطيع تجاوز قوانين اللعبة. لجنة الاستئناف حاولت تجاوز القانون وهو أمر مجحف. سؤالي سيد الرئيس، ألا تعتقدون بأنه السيد سانغور أخل بشرط وهو شرط واجب التحفظ؟ وعندما أقول واجب التحفظ بمعنى أنه لاحظت أنه لم يتم اتخاذ أي قرار في حقه، علما أنه سانغور هو عضو اللجنة التنفيذية للاتحاد الإفريقي لكرة القدم، وعلما أنه سبق لكم اتخاذ مجموعة من القرارات، مجموعة من العقوبات، أعتقد آخرها كان لرئيس الاتحاد الكاميروني سامويل إيتو. وشكرا.
Yeah. Well, some of those matters have come to my attention, and I can assure you that the Secretariat is looking at all of these issues where there is either a perceived violation of the CAF regulations or a real transgression. And sometimes the investigations takes longer than what is required, but I can assure you we have a duty to look at every instance where there's a requirement to ensure that the Secretariat takes appropriate legal steps. So we are not going to treat any individual or any member association or any organization in any manner that is different than the requirements we have in terms of legal compliance. It's very, very important. We have to consistently create a track. Yeah, that's the last one.
Last question. One question.
Okay, thank you, Mr. the President. Welcome to Morocco. Adil Zubairi from Media.
From?
Media. It's a Moroccan international news radio. Mr. the President, I have the feeling that you are a pacemaker between Senegal and Morocco. Do you have really any approach from your part to do reconciliation between Morocco and Senegal after what happened in Morocco, AFCON 2025? Especially, you were received yesterday in Senegal by the President of State. Thank you.
Very good question. A very good question. And I must say that I have to focus on football. And I must not imagine that I've got influence or authority or power which I don't have. You know, you learn very early in your life that you think you've got $10 in the bank, and when you look, you say, oh, it's actually $3. So just get your head around the $3 and not the $10. But you raise such an important point because, again, what makes me proud is the deep, deep history between the people of Senegal and the people of Morocco. And, you know, you speak on behalf of the youth. There is, when the AFCON started, the Minister of Foreign Affairs took me to the Technology University. And there were hundreds of students from all over. In fact, I would even say many, many hundreds from all over the continent, including from outside. I was told there are 88 countries and 48 or 49 from Africa. International Fund Zone at the Technology University, and there are 88 countries who were there, countries. Africa has got 54. And there are students, 48 or 49 countries in Africa that have got students who are studying here in Morocco. And that's beautiful. That's, you know, those young boys and girls who study here will forever remember the experience and the warmth that they received. The same applies. Those young boys and girls who study in institutions throughout the continent. You develop a sense of, I mean, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia says to me, I went to South Africa, I studied there, I had such a wonderful time. You know, there's a long-term sense of loyalty and appreciation for that country. So the point I'm making is that I'm very happy of the historic ties between those two countries. And I'm confident that clearly let me focus on the positive. I'm very confident that there are efforts that will result in the relationships continuing as they were before and build ties. And I take notice of what has been said about these inflammatory accusations in the public media. Let's put that aside, because the good people, what is good always prevails. And we want to send a message to young Africans and young Senegalese and young Moroccans and young Africans in the whole of the 54 nations on the continent that we will do everything to make sure that we build on their relationships and their togetherness as Africans and encourage them to work together and build a continent, because they need each other, just like we've learned that we need each other from all of the countries. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. See you later. Bye-bye.